Now we can discuss about the mass defect. Mass defect is the difference between sum of masses of constituent nucleons of a nuclide and its actual mass. So we have to take the sum of masses of nucleons. Nucleons means the protons and neutrons inside a nucleus, and that minus the actual mass of the nucleus. There will be some difference, and that difference is termed as mass defect or delta M. Then again, the mass defects can be represented as the loss of mass in the formation of a nucleus of an atom. While an atom is formed from its constituent particle, some mass will be lost, and that lost mass is termed as mass defect. Or else we can say the mass defect is a measure of the stability of nucleus. Nuclear stability and the mass defect are related. Okay, so I can take an example of a helium nucleus. We know that there are 2 protons and 2 neutrons inside the nucleus of a helium. Suppose the mass of nucleus is as proton is 1, and again this proton is also 1. This is 1 unit, and this is 1 unit. So the sum of the masses of the nucleons should be 4, right? And it is termed as it is said that the nucleus of helium, the mass of the nucleus of the helium will be always lesser than that of 4 units. It is because when we take the mass, we keep the nucleus on a balance, and on the other side, if we keep the constituent nucleons, we can see that the nucleus is lighter than its constituent particles. Okay, and if we try to keep some mass on the nucleus side in order to keep it in balance, and that balance or that weight that we are additionally adding to make it the nucleus, the weight of nucleus and the weight of constituent particles equal, and that weight is known as mass defect. That particular weight can be termed as mass defect. Sorry, my handwriting is very okay. So that is termed as mass defect. So the missing mass, that is the mass that is lost during the formation of a nucleus from its constituent nucleons, that is mass defect. So we can go to the actual data. That is, in the case of a helium nucleus, there are 2 protons and 2 neutrons. The mass of one proton is 1.00728 units, and there are 2 protons inside it. So into 2, that is 2.01456 units. Mass of a neutron is 1.00866 unit, and there are 2 neutrons inside a helium nucleus. So into 2, that is 2.01732 units. Okay, then the sum of these two, when these two are added, you will get the mass 4.03188 units. Okay, but if we take the actual mass of the nucleus, it is found to be 4.00153 units, and the difference of these two will give the mass defect, that is 0.03035 units is the missing mass. Okay, and that is termed as mass defect. And we have an equation to calculate this mass defect, that is delta M is equal to Z, which is the atomic number, into MP. MP is the mass of a single proton, plus Me is the mass of an electron, plus A minus Z, which gives the number of neutrons inside the nucleus, and Mn is the mass of a single neutron, minus M atom. It is the atomic mass of an element, that atom. So this will give the delta M value, or the mass defect. Here we have added mass of electron also, because we know that it's very difficult to find or get the mass of a bare nucleus by stripping all the electrons around it. So we just included the electron terms also inside this equation, and it does not make much difference because the mass of electrons is very negligible. We can see the mass of electron 0.00054 that much atomic units. So this is the equation to find the delta M value. So using this equation, you have to calculate the mass defect of lithium, Li7. The mass of lithium is 7.016003 atomic unit. So this is the actual mass of that lithium element. So you have to calculate the delta M value. You know the Z value of lithium. It is atomic number of lithium, and mass number is also known. Then the mass of proton is given, mass of neutron is given, mass of electron is also there. Then delta M atom, this value is also given. So you have to calculate the mass defect of lithium, and we'll discuss the answer in the next class. And there may be some questions that what actually happened to the mass, and where does this missing mass go. So that also can be discussed in the next class.